Hi, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of The Power of Personalities with my homie, Kiko Arvizu. Boom! Yeah. Talking about, in this episode, our analytical friends. So,
our analytical compatriots.
Yes, as expressives, man alive, analyticals can drive us absolutely up the wall.
And then some.
But
bless their hearts, because we need them too, right?
We absolutely do. They keep us grounded in facts and reality. So tell us how to identify the analyticals in our lives.
In their defense, we drive them crazy too.
Amen to that.
So, I mean, we got to be balanced.
Keeping it real.
So how you identify an analytical? So an analytical is logically based, right? So they will often speak soft and slow, just like an amiable. However, they are... I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this, but they come off very stiff, almost robotic-ish in their approach. They don't mean to, but that's just how they are, because they're very calculated, again, detail-oriented, because they run on logic. And they have to do a tremendous amount of research, usually before they make any type of decision in their life. And that's how they make decisions, is off of facts, figures, and details.
So slower to make decisions and very factually based.
Yes, but also I've learned too, though, is they're some of the most intelligent people on the planet.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and they just are. And it is what it is. But where they can grow is they need to learn to make decisions faster to have more progress in their life and not be so afraid to run against statistics. It's against their very nature to run against statistics. Where an expressive like me, I'm like, bring it. I love cheering for the underdog. So, so there you go. So just a few things about analyticals.
Absolutely. A huge challenge that we see in the real estate industry is working with an analytical client who may be so slow at making a decision that they wind up losing opportunities, and sometimes one after another, especially in a very, very hot market.
Yes.
And just because they're just way too slow to keep up with the craziness.
Yes, and that's our job as professionals, to be able to create the urgency that's necessary to help them get into a home, and to help them understand they have to get out of that very analytical nature if they intend to actually purchase something in a timely fashion, or they will continue to lose out, and then they'll lose confidence in you because they think it's your fault that they're losing houses. But again, that's why you have to be versatile to be able to teach them and educate them and speak their tribal language to help them make a decision and to make it faster.
Absolutely.
And there are ways to do that.
Let's talk about the ways to do that. So those of us who are not analytical, working with an analytical client, we can be prepared with updated, accurate facts and figures, presenting the client with all the information so they can make an educated decision.
And that is the absolute key right there, is to provide them with all of those facts, figures, and details beforehand. And then you prepare them. Say, Mr. Analytical Buyer, once you do all the research that you need, you get the square footage, a year bill, et cetera, at that point, would you feel comfortable then offering on the home when we find you the right one? And they're always going to say yes, right? So give them everything ahead of time, so when we do find the right one, we can then move them forward accordingly and help them accomplish their real estate goals and objectives.
Absolutely.
So you have to do it intelligently, and you have to do it in a way to help them feel comfortable. Because if you push on an analytical, just like we talked about earlier with an amiable, they're going to shut down, and the body language will give it away immediately.
Yep.
So drivers and expressives, you have to be careful when you're working with those guys on the left side.
Don't push.
Don't push, because they do not want to be pushed. You can push on a driver and you can push on an expressive, but do not push on these two over here.
Analyticals and amiables.
Correct. Yes, you have to present to them the way they need to present it to them, the way they need to be presented to, if you're going to help them make a decision effectively and in a timely fashion.
Absolutely. Making absolutely certain that all of your stats, all of your facts and your figures are the most accurate, and going to the resources that your buyer is likely going to go to find their facts and figures, and providing them with additional resources will help you demonstrate your value in the eyes of an analytical.
Yeah, and luckily with technology today, with all the websites and everything like that, they can usually get all the information beforehand, so they usually have done all their homework before.
So make sure you've done your homework as well, because that is definitely going to be key to this relationship. For you to build trust with that analytical buyer or seller or client of any kind, regardless of your profession, you've got to make certain that you acknowledge the homework that they've done and provide them with additional resources, things that they may not have thought of. They will really, really appreciate the time and energy that you've put into doing your homework.
Yes, and your job as a professional is to know those numbers anyway. So you should already know those numbers, general market statistic numbers. If you don't, go learn them. Days on market, active inventory, how many homes are selling every month. You need to learn all those things.
Absorption rate. Absolutely.
Correct.
We've got to keep up on all of that on a monthly basis because they change. They absolutely change.
Yeah, and if someone knows the market statistics better than you,
Uh-oh.
and they're not a licensee, you got to step up your game, bro.
Step it up.
And sis.
Yep. Yeah, step it up.
Yeah.
This is a gender-free bro.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so in our last episode, we hope you'll tune in one more time because in the last episode, Kiko's going to bring it all together for you and give you the top 3 takeaways for you to really understand personalities, to be more versatile in your approach regardless of what your personality is, and so that you can learn from all of this and put it all together. So, sound good?
Sounds fantastic.
Boom.
Boom. Let's get it done.
We'll see you at the last episode.